Hello gentlemen, and welcome to this video. We're talking performance pants. I've got a tier list. We're gonna go over 20 different brands, rank them out in a tier list for you. If you like performance pants, if you're looking to buy some performance pants, you're definitely gonna wanna watch this video. I've been reviewing pants for about 3 years now, and nobody's paying me. I'm buying these, I'm trying them out for you, and there might be a couple surprises, so stay tuned. All right, guys, there you see the tier list. We're gonna jump right in. I'll tell you right out of the gate that each of these tiers has multiple different brands. There was quite a diversity from the top to the bottom here. These are dispersed kind of all over the board, but we're gonna jump right in, alphabetical order, starting with Banana Republic. Banana Republic, of course, a brand that's been around a long time. They've got a lot of retail stores, although in recent years, since COVID, their retail stores don't stock a lot of different pants. You're not going to find a wide inventory. They usually want you to go in, maybe try some on, and then they'll order online for you, and they expect it to show up to your house. I don't know that I love that model, and there's a few different brands that kind of have that same philosophy. Nevertheless, Banana Republic, they do sell a lot of pants, and a lot of their pants are more of the suit pants or slacks. However, I'm going to steer you towards the athletic slim performance pants. These are their flagship performance pants, and they wear pretty well, kind of like a nice pair of chinos. They've got 6 different colors available. They're very comfortable, very soft, and I like these pants, but I think they're missing a little bit on the stretch. They're just not quite stretchy enough that the blend feels a little bit too much towards that structured, 100% cotton chino. They're not made of 100% cotton. They do have a synthetic blend in there, and they are very comfortable, but I'd like to see a little more stretch with that. Waistband, again, also not a lot of stretch there. I like a little bit of a flexible waistband. I think most people do. Overall here, $130 is where these pants retail at. You're gonna find deals all the time. In fact, I bought some for 40% off. So expect to spend, $60, $70, $80, depending upon the time of year and the deal. But overall, I'm gonna give these pants, I'm gonna put them into B tier. Next, we have Birddogs. Birddogs, I purchased, these guys are a direct-to-consumer brand, so they don't have retail stores. They sell everything online. They do a lot of online advertising. They've got some clever advertising. And I will tell you, they've got 3 different pants. You go onto their website, and a lot of websites will, on their homepage, or you click on pants, and it looks like, wow, they've got 100 different styles. And what these guys and a lot of other brands do is they'll put every single color on their website, so it looks like they've got a wide variety. In reality, they've got 3 different pants that you can pick from. There's stretch khakis, there's 9 different colors, and then they have some 5-pocket pants where there's 4 different colors. They also have some tech linen pants. Overall, these pants, I think they retail at $119. I was quite disappointed with Birddogs. I think they have a very poor stretch. I mean, if Banana Republic was only okay, these guys were much, much worse. These feel just like some fairly cheap cotton chinos. Also, no wrinkle resistance. You put these in your bag, you're gonna be getting up, you're gonna be pulling them out of your bag, and they're gonna be wrinkled. You probably have to iron them. I hate that. So these are some of my least favorite pants on this list. They really just feel like old school cotton chinos. I'm gonna put these in D tier. Bluffworks. Bluffworks is a direct-to-consumer brand. These guys were founded in 2012, and I've had really good luck with Bluffworks. They sell a lot of shirts, they sell a variety of different menswear, and some women's wear as well. Now their pants, they've got a few different varieties. I would steer you towards the Envoy lightweight travel pants. Envoy lightweight travel pants. These are some of the best pants that I'm going to review for you. I love these pants, very comfortable. They look great. There's a variety of different colors. It's a very nice polyester elastane blend here. It just hits on all the right things. I think these go right to the top of the list. This is S tier. You're gonna pay $128, and most of these pants are gonna retail in that range. There are a few exceptions, but These guys, keep an eye out, because if you sign up for their newsletter or if you follow them on their social media channels, you're gonna find that they do offer some deals occasionally, but I would highly recommend those lightweight travel pants, the Envoy lightweight travel pants. They are among the best, and they're definitely S tier, at the top of S tier, highly recommended. Next we have Bonobos, another direct-to-consumer brand. This one a little bit older, founded in 2007, and these guys, I like the brand a lot. They sell some pretty good shirts, they sell some very nice suits. They have a model where there's a variety of different stores. I think they call them guide shops. And so you could be walking through a high-end mall or retail center and you see a Bonobo store, but you go in there and again, not a lot of inventory. What you're gonna find is you can try on something, but they want to order it for you and then ship it directly to you. So these guide shops, again, I don't necessarily love that business strategy, but it is an opportunity that you can go and check out their stuff before purchasing it online. Now, I will tell you, a decent brand, but with their pants, I really struggle. I think these guys are egregious at marketing what they call a performance pant, and in reality, there's nothing performance about it at all. All of their pants that they offer are 90% cotton or more. They have a tiny bit, maybe 2 or 3% elastane or spandex. That's not nearly enough. You put these on, they're just not comfortable. They may look good, they have a wide selection, a wide variety, but these are not performance pants. Despite being marketed as such, they're not. So I included them on this list, and they probably shouldn't even be here because they're not performance pants. So they go into D tier, and I'll wait and watch for when Bonobos decides to finally make a true pair of performance pants, because they do a lot of good menswear, but their performance pants, definitely do not buy. Next we have Bylt. Bylt, a company that offers a lot of menswear. You find a lot of joggers. You find a lot of t-shirts and some quarter zips, a little bit more casual wear than some of the others on this list. Bylt also is a company that markets heavily online. They do a lot of online advertising. If you start Googling for performance pants, you'll probably see their ads pop up. And I will tell you, I did not like the Bylt pants. Bylt has their everyday pant 2.0 is what they call it. And this is one of the most disappointing pants. It feels like joggers. They're a synthetic blend with nylon, rayon, and spandex. They feel very stretchy. The pockets are very shallow, and there's a taper on it that it just doesn't feel right. I really don't like these pants. They look very synthetic. I think they look cheap. These guys I'm gonna put in D tier as well. Disappointing for the price you pay. I think these pants should be $30 or $40 as opposed to, I think they've got them for considerably more than that, between like $90 and $130. Way too expensive. D tier for Bylt. Next we have Dockers. Okay, everybody knows Dockers. They've been around a long time. Dockers have been around since the 80s. They've got a lot of different pants on their website. And I'll tell you, Dockers, it's been years since I tried them. And then this last year, I saw some for sale and I kind of researched them and hey, I thought I'm gonna give these a try. I'll tell you what, I was blown away. I was blown away with the value and with the quality. Now, you go onto their website, they've got, I think, 9 different styles of pants. And then of course, if you look at the different trims, the different colors, that expands outward. So what you've got to do is you've got to look for the Go series. So Dockers, go onto their website, check out the Go series. They've got what they call the Go Airweave Chinos and the Go 5-pocket pants. These are very impressive. Their retail price is $80. However, oftentimes they've got some sort of sale going on. I think the last time I was on there, I saw it was a buy one, get one 75% off. So literally you could go and get 2 pair of pants for just over $100. That's a great deal. And they're just well done pants. They have the right stretch, the right structure, very comfortable, maneuverable. And I think they're just an incredible value. I know you might kind of be turned off by the Dockers names, but these are not your grandpa's old Dockers or your dad's old Dockers. These are comfortable and they are among the best pants on this list. I'm gonna put them in S tier. Probably S minus. They're not quite my favorite compared to some of the others that are in S tier, like for instance the Bluffworks that we have here. I probably like the Bluffworks a little bit more, but for the value, for the money, the quality is just right there with these others in the S tier. And I will tell you, don't pass on the Dockers. If you're on a budget, you're looking for some inexpensive pants, Dockers, the Go Airweave Chinos, highly recommended. Eddie Bauer. Eddie Bauer is a brand that focuses a lot on outdoors. They've been around for decades. Most people have heard of them or owned some sort of Eddie Bauer apparel at one point or another. Again, focused on outdoors. So you go to their website, you look at their pants. They've got a lot of cargo pants, a lot of hiking pants. The ones I would steer you towards are the Flex Wrinkle Resistant Sport Chinos. Those are the most business casual pants that offer a wide variety of use. You can go to the office in them. You don't want to go to the office in cargo pants. You want to have something that maybe you can even throw on a blazer with. And so when you look at that, the selection at Eddie Bauer, most of their pants are going to fall into more the outdoor set. But those Flex Wrinkle Resistant Sport Chinos are nice, comfortable material. They've got a very good waistband, flexible waistband, which is nice, reasonably good stretch, but some limited colors. Also a limited fit. They don't really offer a slim or tapered fit. I really prefer that. Overall, decent pants. I'd put them in the borderline category. I'm gonna put them B tier, probably B minus. Jack Archer make what they call the Jet Setter pant. I gotta be honest, these are some of my favorite pants. I've had them for about 3 years now. I've had multiple pairs. They have what they call this Japanese rebound fabric, that really comfortable, really lightweight, and among the most comfortable pants that I have. Probably if I was ranking them on this list, they could be the very top, the #1 pants. I highly recommend them. They've got multiple different colors. I think they have like 11 colors available, and a very nice tapered fit. You can usually get these for about $80 to $90. Sometimes they might have deals going on. They play some pricing games on their website occasionally, but usually you should be able to get these for about $80 to $90, and they're worth it. They are probably the best pants on this list. S tier, and at the top of the S tier, highly recommended. Next we have Kenneth Cole, and Kenneth Cole offers a real wide variety, and I'm talking both the Kenneth Cole, which is kind of their premium brand, and also the Kenneth Cole Reaction, which is maybe more their mid-range brand. But wide variety. If you go onto their website, 12 to 15 different styles, and they're one of the few brands that offers a more formal style, more similar to slacks. Most of these brands here offer performance pants that are more like chinos, and Kenneth Cole has those, but they also have more of some slacks style, some trousers or suit pant style pants that have a performance blend that offers a little bit of stretch and has a flexible waistband. So really good value with these guys as well. You should be able to pick up some Kenneth Cole pants for well under $100. I picked some up at Nordstrom's Rack for about $50. Again, they look really nice, a little more formal than your typical chinos. And I really like these. Are they my favorite? No, but they are deserving of A tier. I'm gonna put them kind of an A minus here, but really good, and I do recommend these, especially if you're looking for something kind of nice, a little bit more dressy. Lululemon, very popular brand, maybe the most popular and well-known brand on this list, with stores all over the world and a big online presence. Everybody loves Lululemon. However, their pants I'm mixed on. They have 150 different pants if you go to their website, but again, if that's every variation and every color, in reality they have 2 different styles. They've got a few others, but principally their ABC pants and their commission pants are what they market, and they've got a wide variety of colors and variations. Their variations, they offer a smooth twill. They also have a Versa Twill and the Warp Stream. I would avoid the Versa Twill. that has kind of a canvas feel to it. I really don't like the Versatwill. I wouldn't recommend that at all. A very poor wrinkle resistance as well. Stay with either the smooth twill or the warp stream. But there's a couple of flaws with these guys. I don't love Lululemon pants. I think they have a couple of unforced errors. They don't have flexible waistbands at all. They don't have any give. And also their zippers. Every Lululemon pants I've had has kind of a bad zippers. They have a thick gauge zipper fly that I really don't like. The zippers should be really smooth and easy, and I don't like Lululemon's zippers. They use the wrong gauge. So mixed here, I would say especially that Versatwill kind of drags them down a little bit. Some people love Lululemon. I can only give them a B+. Not quite A. I think they're right between a B and an A. So B+ for Lululemon. Ministry of Supply, a popular menswear brand. They've been around since 2012. And I've had a couple of their pants. They have what they've called the Momentum pants, and they're phasing out of those. They've got some new ones I'll have to try in the near future called Kinetic pants that look promising. I would say the ones that I've had, very soft material and comfortable, but limited stretch in both the waistband and the material. Limited stretch, kind of feel a little bit closer to, you can definitely tell it's performance fabric and a performance blend, but a little bit closer to traditional chinos, not quite as stiff. So good, but not great. Again, they're modifying and upgrading their brand, which is a good thing. I think there's a few different brands on here that should be doing that. I'm going to give these guys a B+. I think they're very comparable to Lululemon. A little different style, but I like Ministry of Supply, and I've had decent luck with this brand over the years, but with their pants, I'm going to say B+. Outlier, this is a brand I think I found out about a few years ago by researching on Reddit. Some people recommended this brand. They are very different than most of the brands on this list. They're focused on high fashion. They go after a different crowd. You go to their website and it's obvious. You see some very high fashion models, and they're not promoting their pants to quite the same business casual crowd that most of these other brands are. Multiple different styles here, and most of their pants start at $180 and go upwards to about $300. I really like the material. They use some of the best material, most comfortable, highest quality material as far as the blend that they use. However, different style. They use darts instead of seams that I really didn't like. Maybe some will. And of the multiple different styles they have, only 2 or 3 are what you would consider a business casual style. Poor waistband, no stretch in their waistband, poor wrinkle resistance as well. So cool pants, not for me, very expensive for what you get, and I just don't think that they would appeal for most people that are looking for something to wear to work and kind of your everyday pants that you can have for a wide variety of uses. So I'm going to say Outlier. I'm going to put them in C tier. Public Rec, another brand that came about in the 2010s. They're based out of Chicago. They focused a lot on menswear, and these guys lead with their pants. They promote their pants a lot more than their other apparel. So they do sell other apparel, but generally you go to their website and they're all about their pants. And I'll tell you what, for good reason, these are excellent pants. They've got a wide variety of sizes and colors. Game Changer and Deal Maker, those are their 2 prominent pants, and they've got, again, a wide selection here. Well constructed. These pants are comfortable, good material. They're really among the best pants on this list as well. They definitely are deserving of S tier. I'm not going to put them quite as high. They're not S+, like maybe the Jack Archer or the Bluffworks, but certainly I think they're among the best on this list. They deserve S tier. Take a look. If they've got some sales or discount going on, I would definitely recommend these guys. Public Rec is a company I would definitely keep an eye on. Rhone. Rhone is a company that's been around since I think 2012. They do menswear and women's wear. As far as our pants, they've got a few different styles. They've got some joggers that they offer. I would steer you towards their commuter pants. That's their flagship performance pants, solid quality, decent selection, slightly too expensive. I think they retail around $138. I don't see Rhone putting their clothing on sale too often. Nevertheless, I think these guys are very close to S tier. I've got them at A+. And again, if they were a little more value for the money, maybe they'd be S tier. Truwear. Truwear, a different brand in that they have a wide selection of clothing and they seem to be gravitating more towards golf apparel and more casual leisure wear. They do have a lot of great shirts. In fact, their shirts are highly recommended, and I've reviewed them a few years ago, and they're some of my favorite. But their pants, they've got a great pair of pants. However, they've only got 3 different colors. Again, limited selection. Otherwise, they would probably rank even higher. Only one style, 3 different colors. They feel great. They feel a lot like the Lululemon, except they've got a better zipper and a more flexible waistband. So overall, I give these guys an A, and I hope they continue to make and expand upon their line because they're good pants, but they just have a very, very limited selection. Twillory, a menswear brand. Mostly they're known for their dress shirts. They lead with their dress shirts and they make a pretty good dress shirt, but what about their pants? They do have some performance pants and they're pretty good pants. I don't think they fit me particularly well. It might just be my body style or whatever. I think their pants kind of had a weird seam that just hit me a little bit wrong, and the pockets kind of flared out a bit. And decent price, again, somewhat awkward fit. I'm not gonna let that, I'm not gonna give them a terrible grade, but I would put these at B. Again, worthy pants, they're worthy performance pants, but I just wasn't overly impressed with them. I'll probably try them again, give them another shot. Love their shirts, their pants, I'm gonna give them B tier. Unbound Merino, this is a company that provides a lot of apparel and they use a merino wool blend in all of their stuff. And merino wool has some great properties. Of course, a lot of sweaters and pullovers. I think I had a pullover from these guys and I loved it. And merino wool, of course, doesn't stink. You can wear it multiple times, whereas most of the synthetic materials, you do have to launder after 1 or 2 uses. Merino wool has kind of some antibacterial properties. You can wear it for a long time and get a lot of use out of it. Also very good at moisture wicking. So there's a lot of good benefits of merino wool, but I like it more for a sweater, for a pullover, than for pants. I tried these pants, they're very expensive. I mean, you think, hey, merino wool could work great, you know, if it wicks moisture away and if they've got a little bit of stretch in there. But I just found that I didn't really love the pants I got from Unbound Merino. I think that they didn't really fit well on me, and very expensive as well. These pants, I think, start around $180 and go up over $200. And reliability concerns as well. It's not just me. I've looked online and it seems that these could wear out a little bit quicker, and I kind of noticed that a little bit on my own, that I don't anticipate these pants lasting a long time. So I'm going to give Unbound Merino a C. I'll keep an eye on it. Maybe they have a new blend come out eventually that works pretty well, but for now, Unbound Merino, C tier. Vineyard Vines, a fun brand. I own a lot of their stuff. They have probably best known for their shirts and polos. They've got a lot of fun designs. The ethos of this brand is like beach meets golf, and they've got some fun stuff. They're not best known for their performance pants, but they do have performance pants, and I picked them up and pulled them out of the box, and I thought, wow, these are great. However, when I wore them, they have a couple of unforced errors. These are loud pants. They have synthetic whooshing, and they kind of sound like snow pants. When you're walking in them, they just make a lot of noise. It seems crazy, but these would be probably S tier if they didn't have that. And they messed up on sizing. I ordered the proper size. Everybody else got it right, but with these guys, they came about 2 inches too long. I had to take them to be hemmed at my tailor. So Vineyard Vines, a couple of unforced errors. I still think these are nice. I do wear these pants frequently, but again, a couple of small things that prevented them from being S tier. So I give them an A, but they just missed out. Vuori, up and coming brand that's been around for a few years. They offer menswear and women's wear, all performance clothing. Probably compete against Lululemon, would be kind of their top competitor. They offer a wide variety of pants. Most of them are joggers though. They do have 3 or 4 styles that are suitable for business casual use. And I would say, and I would steer you towards the Cascade Tech chinos, and I do really recommend these pants. These pants have a great blend. They have a great amount of stretch, the right structure, very deep pockets, and they did fantastic. Maybe the best pants on this list for non-wrinkle. You could throw these in your bag, pull them out on a trip, and don't have to worry about ironing or just, they did great with non-wrinkle. Very comfortable. These pants look good. They go right to the top of the list, in my opinion. These are S+ tier. Right there with Bluffworks, with Jack Archer. I highly recommend these. A little bit pricey, well, about the same as a lot of pants on this list, with the retail price about $128. Vuori though, you don't usually find them on a big discount or a big sale. Maybe a little bit if you sign up for their social media or whatnot, or it's like a Black Friday. So do that, but again, I highly recommend these pants. Very, very good. Last, we have Western Rise, and this is another brand that's come about. They're based in Colorado, and they kind of do have an ethos of different from the norm. You go to their website, and they've got their own like mission statement and whatnot. Good fabric, really good fabric. I pulled these out. I thought I would love them. However, they missed on a couple of things. They've got that crotch gusset, which is a good feature, but I found the disadvantage of having a crotch gusset is that if the seams hit wrong or are uncomfortable, that could really be a problem. And I felt like the seams, the inside seams with the Western Rise performance pants were really not that great. They were uncomfortable and they kind of rubbed wrong on the legs. So again, I don't really like these pants. They had a slightly awkward fit. I felt like the rise was a little bit shallow. They didn't have as much room down, in that crotch area where you want it. Also some synthetic whooshing, somewhat similar to the Vineyard Vines. Not as bad as the Vineyard Vines, but they do make that sound when you're walking with them that, you could do without. So these pants also retail around $128. I wouldn't pay that. I didn't like these pants a whole lot. I give them C tier. So there you have it. Here's one last look at the finished tier list. And what you have is 5 pants in S tier and another 4 or 5 pants in A tier that I would consider depending upon the situation or the deal. I hope this tier list has been helpful for you. And let me know in the comments, did I miss a brand? I didn't get a chance to review everything and include everything on this tier list, but I'll keep an eye out and I'll probably do this again, at least on an annual basis. Nevertheless, if I missed something or if you've got a comment, leave it below, like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for watching.